So nice to be back together again with everybody this week to find our center, remember really what matters in this life, to become reminded that this life is a dream, that we're here to awaken, we're here to realize and remember that we came here on purpose to have fun and to learn. And so how so few, Yogananda says, how so few in this world are either having fun or becoming educated and learning. And that is really what we came here to do, is to learn how to enjoy this life. The great saints live this life and nothing can take away their happiness. Once we realize and remember what we really are beyond the body, mind, and senses, we really remember that this life is a dream, a play, a movie, that there's never a reason to be afraid, that always, if we keep our mind on the divine, we can see everything that comes to us as a blessing. And we can walk that path of the silver lining, seeing what's good about every situation, knowing that when things happen that are disturbing or throw us off our path, or when accidents happen or catastrophes, all of these things, know that you signed up for that when you took incarnation, that you came here on purpose to go through those things because of how much you would learn. You know, every time we go through something difficult in our life, we always say at the end of it, likely, if we learned something from it, and we would say, oh, I wouldn't trade it for anything because of how much I learned and grown from that. And we can know that now, and we can remind each other of that, so that eventually, even when we're in the moment of something happening, just taking those moments to take deep breaths and remember that all of this is here for our benefit. Everything that we see out in the world that upsets us is really all here to teach us, to help us to learn. And it can be very, very difficult, especially during times like this. Things that become upsetting, frustrating, confusing, and can bring a lot of anger and just wondering why all of this is happening in the world. Well, it really gives us a time when we're struggling inwardly. I noticed during the pandemic and different times where I started to become angry of seeing what was happening in the world and noticing that is something that's happening within me. And I thought I was a peaceful, loving person. Now all of a sudden I'm angry. Well, there's still parts of me that are angry that I still have to work on. It's never really about the situation outside of us. It's always really about what's going on inside of us. We can learn through meditation to find that even-minded cheerfulness under every situation. That's really the goal of life, is to remember that this life is a dream. It's all here for us. And Yogananda talked a lot about movies, and that this life is just like a movie. And just like when we're watching movies, it's got ups and downs, there's heroes, there's villains, and that's what makes it interesting. And even when we look at ourselves and we get upset at ourselves for weaknesses that we have or different areas that we're struggling in, you know, obviously we're working on those and we want to keep becoming the best version of ourselves, but it's our weaknesses that make us different and strange and interesting and all of that. And this is really what makes the movie a movie and a dream a dream. If it was always just the same, imagine if that life was always just neutral and there were no villains in the story. I was reminded of this, this last week, of a lot of the things that are happening. Obviously there's so many things to break your heart in the world right now and to resist against. Just here locally in this town, they're painting over the murals that celebrate diversity, that celebrate Black history, that celebrate the diversity of this town and the arts. And there's art funding is being taken away from different communities and places that have been established as creative hubs, and people that have done things to really help bring the culture that we love to this place are just being taken away with no second thought about it. And that can become upsetting, but at the same time, if you look back throughout history, when you think about the things that made great music, that made great art rise to the surface, it was always when they start taking things away, when they start to crack down on us, or it's really when the art rises and the people come together and we have a reason to really come together as community and find out, that this world really is full of good people. And they're trying to separate us. They're trying to separate us and make us all fight against each other so that we don't have that power. But really everything that happens here, we can just become better because of it. It's not about what happens in the world, it's how we respond to it. Meditation can help us to slow down, to respond rather than reacting. We catch ourselves getting angry and we catch ourselves blaming everyone. That's really about, I'm thinking a lot about art lately. It's our ability to imagine a better future and to move towards that better future. So if we get so dragged down and upset and angry and we're looking around the world and that's happening to us, it's about the artists and the creatives seeing a better future in our minds and moving towards that new, greater future. And if we get sucked down by all of the news that we're seeing, and we get upset and all of this, then we're not actually doing that. We're not seeing the better future. It becomes really hard to do that. So it's about gatherings like this. What we're doing tonight is filling ourselves with joy, with hope, with love, with peace. And then we're sending that out to the world as a ripple of energy, of peace out to this world. It's so special to have this group that we have here. We've been doing this together for over 7 years, every week, sending peace to the world. And it makes a difference, really does. In your life, especially as you have a hope for the future, as you see hope for the future, you see a better world, you're moving towards that reality. You really are. And we can send this energy to our loved ones, people who are struggling, and we can be light out in this world for others. It can be difficult, we come here and we get supercharged and we feel really good and we're remembering who we are, or we're awakening from this dream, and then we go back out into the world and man, it's hard to keep that flame stoked, right? What you feel. So many people start complaining around you and talking about all the darkness and how do you keep it going? And that's really where your daily meditation comes in, your daily prayers, your daily focus. So the more that you meditate, the more that you like to meditate, the more fun it becomes. This is really about fun, the funnest thing that you could be doing. So tonight, this is about enthusiasm. I want us to feel enthusiastic about what we're doing here. I want us to feel like we're warriors of light and we're doing something about it. That's really what we're gathering here to do. Throughout so many lifetimes, we were searching for joy in all of the pleasures of the world. And chances are, if you're sitting here, you've probably experienced a lot of the pleasures of the world and you realized, that don't really last very long. I got the thing that I wanted. It was nice for a minute, and now I need something else, you get it? It's great. All it does is keeps you from wanting something else for a little while, Your mind isn't looking for something else for just a little bit of time, and then you want something else. You achieve the great thing that you wanted to achieve in your work or your career or whatever it is. You get it, and then it's almost worse afterwards because you're like, I got the thing that I wanted, and now what? So it's, before that you could at least say, well, it's because I don't have money or I don't have fame or I didn't do anything yet, and once you get it though, you realize that wasn't it either. Going through our life just always going, well, not that, well, wasn't that, well, wasn't that, well, not that, but keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. So we find ourselves here now, and it's taken a long time for us to get here, where we're turning inward and we're realizing that the joy that we've been seeking all along is here within us. And we can access it at any time. It's free, it doesn't cost anything. And gathering in a group like this is so powerful because we have this group energy. We can suspend our disbelief. So tonight, we are going to be using a few techniques and elements for our meditation. I've been doing a little bit of a special series here where it's a bit of a combination of a guided visualization based on the poetry of awakened master Paramhansa Yogananda. I'm a disciple of Yogananda on the path of Kriya Yoga. This is an ancient lineage of Kriya Yoga masters dating back thousands of years, even to the time of Krishna and Christ. Christ in our path, we see him as a Kriya Yoga master. And these teachings that Yogananda brought are the true teachings of Jesus Christ, of Krishna from the Bhagavad Gita. It's a universal, non-denominational message that is about awakening through scientific methods and devotion and realization of what we really are, finding the self within. And we're going to be diving into this meditation. It is a meditation, even though we're going to be listening to beautiful poetry that's going to be taking you on a guided journey. We're going to be using the same focus and concentration that we would in meditation to focus on these words that will allow us to expand our consciousness and to attune with this vibration. Yogananda would write poetry as he would come in and out of samadhi bliss, so he could enter into samadhi no problem. They say that it was always difficult for Yogananda to stay in his body. Sometimes Swami Kriyananda had to walk around and hold his arm because he would say, I'm in all of the bodies. He would forget sometimes that he had to keep this one standing up. And so he would go into samadhi and then write his experience, go back into samadhi. And so what he did with this poetry is helping us to attune to that. So as we listen to it, there's no reason, it really does take no time for you also to attune to this samadhi bliss. Whether you say you can or you can't, you're correct. Let's all say that we can. Let's all really attune to these great masters that also are here. Let's invoke them into this space. So as you bring your effort, your concentration, they will come and help you, connect you with the Divine Mother, to feel the formless peace, joy, bliss, sound of Om, wisdom downloads that come. Another aspect, you all have some pens as well tonight. I've been doing a lot of experimenting with entering the formless state and then afterwards doing some just free-form writing or drawing, whatever you feel like doing. This way, I feel like it helps us because, you know, in meditation, a lot of times when you reach those higher states of consciousness, all of a sudden, ideas, solutions to your problems, things just start coming into your brain. And then you're like, oh, I better write that down. I got to think about that. And you start going down a thought, and you're trying to hang on to that thought. And then a lot of times you realize that thought was just smoke. Or you started chasing something, and then all of a sudden you're thinking about making a sandwich and you don't know how you got there, you know. So when those ideas come into your mind, just say to your inner muse or those ideas, just say, I'll write it down later. Come to me later. And I'm going to just give you a little bit of time at the end here just to write whatever comes to your mind for a little while so that you don't feel like you got to miss anything. Let's begin by inviting these great masters to be here in our midst with us. This is a very powerful element of this meditation specifically, is bringing in these yoga masters to be here with us. They say that it is 25% our effort, so we bring our full effort, 25% the masters on our behalf, and 50% of divine grace. So as we bring our full attention, you may just feel like you got hitched to a jet engine and it will take you farther. So let's invoke these great masters, and this is a universal practice, a universal gathering. Feel free to invite the great masters and teachers and deities that you would like to invite. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, dearest friend, beloved God, great masters of self-realization, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahoshai, Swami Sri Yukteswar, beloved Guru, Paramhansa Yogananda ji, great saints and sages of all traditions, Humbly, lovingly, we invoke your presence. Be here with us in our meditation. Help us to go deep with your help. Help us to realize the true nature of reality. Help us to realize that this life is a dream, a movie, here for our entertainment. We're here to awaken from this dream. And we call on you tonight to help us to awaken so that we can be lights in this world. We can help others to make this transition into this age of energy without fear, and to be able to enjoy and to help others. We are warriors of light, and we come to fill this world with light. Fill us with your peace, with your calmness, with your joy, with your love. Divine Mother, awaken your love in us and teach us to awaken that love in all. Om, peace. Amen. In our series of techniques that we'll be using tonight to help us to move from physical world that we've been existing in this day to move into our interior world within. Words from Awakened Master Paramhansa Yogananda. This is a book called How to Spiritualize Your Life. He says, "In the beginning, God was one, perfect, indivisible, joy itself." This is you, by the way. Then, why did he create us? If you were the one, perfect joy, why did you create all of this? The answer is, he wanted to differentiate himself into many. When God created us, he also created the law of relativity. He created the subject, the object, and the action. We became engrossed in these three things, and we forget the cosmic beam of vibration from which all these things are composed. So we get caught up in this material world, and we forgot the original beam of joy that created all of them. Although this life is nothing but a play of forces, it becomes terrible if we see it all as real. God made us in his image and expected us, he expected us to realize that this life is not real. In the final analysis, there is no disease, no death or sorrow, nothing but a dance of electric current. It is just as foolish to cry about what happens in life as it is to cry about something sad you see in the movies. When you realize that life is no more real than that motion picture, there is no sorrow. You must not take this life too seriously. In the end, all object creation must return to the subject. Nothing exists other than different rates of vibrating thoughts. Everything is thought. The subject, the object, the action are all the same thing. The result of thoughts. By understanding the relationship of the objective creation to the subjective creation, you can know God. You will gain this understanding if you sit and meditate deeply, using his scientific techniques. You may say that it takes a long time to gain this understanding. But what is a long time? You have to live anyway. Why not spend your time finding your way out of this earthly dilemma? Om. So Well, that's what we're doing tonight. We're spending our time learning to get out of this earthly dilemma. So let's put our mind deeply on these words that we hear, calling on our higher self now to help us, to awaken us, to help us to realize. When we quiet the mind and we open the heart, we commune with the divine. We can feel the divine qualities permeate our being. And then we can share those divine qualities with the world, with each other. So we're not merely just relaxing together. We're not just getting rid of some stress, although that will happen. But we're going farther than that. So really feel that you're doing this for your own awakening and to emanate love, joy out to a world that desperately needs it. And the divine needs human beings to do that. So we're channels, and we're called to do that now in this moment. So the divine really wants to fill you with joy, to fill you with peace, to fill you with calmness, to make you vibrate with the sound of Om, to fill you with wisdom. So know that it stands right in front of you, arms outstretched, waiting to surround you in these divine qualities, so that you can channel that out into the world, radiate it out into the world. So if you find your mind slipping, drifting, it's okay. Just catch yourself and bring it back. Keep bringing it back. That's meditation. Whenever you catch yourself and you bring it back, don't beat yourself up. Don't spend any time scolding yourself. You're doing perfect. You're doing great. Just keep bringing it back, and you will receive the transmission. You will receive creative ideas, seeds planted in your mind, in your fertile soil of your heart. Don't worry about following those thoughts just yet. At the end, we'll write them down. And then also in the rest of your week, you'll start getting aha moments, and you'll write them down then. But when you're meditating, you're meditating. When you're meditating, we can think another time. You know? When we're meditating, we're making our hearts fertile soil for that. Know that that wisdom that's coming in, it's landing. It's there. It'll sprout when the time is right. So nothing to think about. No problems to solve here. Let's follow this journey and allow this awakened master to let you taste samadhi bliss. We're going to begin by just relaxing and releasing the tension in our bodies. We're also going to do a little technique called even count breathing. We're going to inhale through our nostrils to a count of 6, hold the breath to a count of 6, and then exhale through the nostrils to a count of 6. And we begin, let's sit with our backs in a straight line, our head parallel to the floor. Our palms are up and open at the junction of the legs and the torso. We're going to begin by relaxing and releasing the tension in our bodies. This is a short and long double inhalation through the nostrils, and then we're going to tense all the muscles in the body, low, medium, high, and then we're going to throw the breath out with a we're going to relax, release, feel. And when we throw that breath out and we relax, release, what we're feeling is life force energy entering in through the medulla oblongata and going into all those muscles that you just tensed and relaxed. So really feel, the more that you use your willpower to send energy into your body, and then the more that you relax and feel that energy, you can feel it flood into your body. You can heal your body in this way. So the greater the will, the greater the flow of energy. Don't hurt yourself. Don't pop any if you're real strong. So let's begin sitting with our backs in a straight line, our head parallel to the floor, our gaze is uplifted at the point between the eyebrows. We're going to relax and release the tension in the body. Go ahead and take a normal deep breath in, all the way out. And now double inhale and tense. Low, medium, high, tension in all the muscles vibrating with willingness. And exhale. Relax, release, feel that energy flooding into all those muscles. Relax, relax, relax. Again, inhale and tense. Low, medium, high. Tension in all the muscles, vibrating. And exhale. Feel that energy entering into all the muscles, relaxing your body. Last round. Inhale, intense. Low, medium, high. Just a bit higher, vibrating. And exhale. Relax. Release. Feel all of your cares and worries, all of your projects and your deadlines and the things you've been stressed out about. You're on a worry fast. No worrying while you're in here. You're allowed. You can have it all back later when you leave. I promise. If you want, you can have it back. Swami Kriyananda says, "Fear not. Peace awaits you in the unknown." Let us move into the unknown with no fear, knowing that this peace is what really awaits us as we allow ourselves to open to this journey. Let's do a few rounds now of measured breathing with the gaze uplifted to the point between the eyebrows. We're going to inhale through the nostrils to a count of 6, hold to a count of 6, and then slowly exhale to a count of 6. Breathing all the way out. Now, very slowly through the nostrils. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold, keeping the gaze uplifted to the point between the eyebrows. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Breathing normally. Allowing that breath just to come and go naturally, as if it were waves on the seashore. But let us be focused. Bring our full awareness, our attention. Call on your inner mentor, your inner guru, your higher self to help you to focus. These great masters are here to bring you their attention, their focus. Remember, the divine wants to surround you with these divine qualities, waiting for you. So let's focus. Let's make good use of our time that we've carved out for ourselves tonight to fill ourselves with joy, with peace, with love, so that we can share this with the world who so desperately needs it. Mix your mind with the moonbeams. Wash your sorrows in their rays. Feel the mystic rays spreading silently over your body. Over trees, over vast lands. Behold yourself under the moonlight, standing in an open landscape with still eyes. See beyond the land of visible scenes and beyond the horizon. Let your meditation run past the realm of the visible to the lands of fantasy. Spread your mind from the moonbeam visible objects now to the dim stars and distant skies lying beyond. In the eternal stillness of the ether, all is throbbing with life. From this vantage point, watch the moonbeams spread not only on one side of the earth, but everywhere in the eternal region of your spacious mind. Meditate on the cool moonbeams of your calmness. Until you perceive everything in the moonbeams. Race over trackless skies. In realization, perceive everything in the moonbeams. Mountains. Ancient civilizations and pyramids. Temples. Deserts. Crowded cities. Lakes. Rivers. Oceans, everything. Now, inwardly, mentally, repeating these words in your mind after me. Goodbye, blue house of heaven. Farewell, stars and celestial bodies. Goodbye to the dramas projected on the screen of space. Goodbye, flowers, with your traps of beauty and fragrance. You can hold me no longer. I am flying home. Goodbye to the warm embrace of sunshine. Farewell, cool, soothing, comforting breeze. Goodbye, entertaining music of man. I stayed long, reveling with all of you. costumed thoughts, drinking the wine of my feelings and my mundane will. I have now forsaken the intoxications of delusion. Goodbye, muscles. Goodbye, bones and bodily motions. Farewell, breath. I cast thee from my breast. Goodbye, heartthrobs. Emotions, thoughts and memories. I am flying home, soaring in the plane of consciousness, flying home in the plane of silence, above, beneath, left, left and right, within and without. I go to feel my heart throb in Him, flying and soaring in this plane of consciousness. Everywhere I fly to find that in every nook of my space home, I have always been in the sacred presence of my Father. Vanished the veils of light and shade. Lifted every vapor of sorrow. Sailed away all dawns of fleeting joy. Gone the dim sensory mirage. Love, hate, health, disease, life, death. Perished these false shadows on the screen of duality. Waves of laughter, Scyllas of sarcasm, melancholic whirlpools melting in the vast sea of bliss. The storm of Maya stilled, by magic wand of intuition deep. The universe, forgotten dream, subconsciously lurks, ready to invade my newly wakened memory divine. I live without the cosmic shadow, but it is not bereft of me. As the sea exists without the waves, yet they breathe not without the sea. Dreams, wakings, states of deep turiya, sleep, past, present, future, no more for me, but ever present, all flowing, I, everywhere. Planets, stars, stardust, volcanic bursts of doomsday cataclysm, creation's molding furnace, glaciers of silent X-rays and burning electron floods, thoughts of all men, past, present, to come. Every blade of grass, myself, mankind, each particle of universal dust, anger, greed, good, bad, salvation, lust. I swallowed, transmuted all into a vast ocean of blood of my own one being. Smoldering joy, off-puffed by meditation, blinding my tearful eyes into immortal frames of all-pervading bliss. Consumed my frame, my tears, my all. I am thou, thou art I, knowing, knower, known as one. Tranquil, unbroken thrill, eternally living, ever new peace, enjoyable beyond imagination of expectancy, samadhi bliss, not a mental chloroform or an unconscious state without willful return. Samadhi but extends my conscious realm to the furthest boundaries of eternity. Beyond the limits of the mortal frame, where I, the cosmic sea, watch the little ego floating in me. sparrow, each grain of sand, fall not without my sight. All space, like an iceberg, floats within my mental sea. Colossal container I of all things made by deeper, longer, thirsty, guru-given meditation comes the celestial samadhi. The dark earth, mountains, veils, low molten liquid, flowing seas change into vapors of nebulae, and Om blows upon those vapors, opening wondrously their veils. Oceans stand revealed, shining electrons, until at last the sound of the cosmic drum vanish the grosser lights into eternal rays of all-pervading bliss. Joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I meld, ocean of mind I drink all creation's waves. Four veils of solid, liquid, vapor, light, lift or right. Myself in everything enters the great myself. Gone forever, fitful flickering memories of mortal memory. Spotless is my mental sky, below, ahead, and high above. Eternity and I, one united ray. A tiny bubble of laughter, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Now, feeling your formless being, you are sitting in the center of eternity. Just as you have seen the searchlights throwing beams of light up into the sky, feel that you are a searchlight of love, emanating out in all directions from the heart, over the universe and everywhere. The whole universe is covered with the searchlight of your joy. meditate on that. Peace, like a river, flows through you. Peace, like an ocean, heaves in you. You are bathed in the ocean of peace. You are a searchlight of boundless love. And you are throwing a searchlight of love from your heart. See this light pouring out into this space. Out into this building. Out into this neighborhood, out into this city, out into our state, out and over our country, the oceans bathed in this light. Countries now bathing in this light of love and peace. Flooding the earth with this searchlight of love. Dispelling the darkness of fear and hate. Dispelling fear and hate on our planet, and awakening all beings from their spiritual amnesia. See this light spreading out throughout the entire universe. Love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Feeling yourself as a channel of light, of love, of peace. Let us join in prayer with our Divine Mother, with our palms together in front of our heart. We're going to repeat this prayer out loud after me, and then we're going to rub our palms together, and then we'll raise our palms. We'll feel this love, this light, this peace in our hearts, and then it'll emanate out from our hearts, out through our arms, out of our palms. And as we chant Om 3 times together, this light will come out from our hearts, filling our arms, our palms, channeling it out into the world. The great masters, the divine is here behind you, filling you with this light. This is a very precious moment. Let us send this light out to ripple out peace for our planet. So with all of your concentration, all of your focus, all of your awareness, your devotion, your love, palms together in front of the heart, repeating this prayer out loud after me. Gaze uplifted to the point between the eyebrows. Divine Mother,
Divine Mother,
Thou art omnipresent.
Thou art omnipresent.
Thou art in all Thy children.
Thou art in all Thy children.
Manifest Thy healing presence.
Manifest Thy healing presence.
In all bodies.
In all bodies.
In all minds.
All minds.
And all souls.
In all souls.
Rubbing the palms together, feeling this warm, magnetic energy in the palms. Taking in a deep breath. Palms up. Shanti, Shanti. Here in the afterglow of your meditation, here in the calmness, your prayers are amplified. Send out a prayer now to the great dreamer of this dream reality. Call on what you're calling out for this world now. You can ask for energy and vitality for your body, clarity and wisdom for your mind, ever new joy for your soul, any abilities that you would desire to help you on your path to do good work in this world, prayers of healing for others. Take a moment now, send out this light. Om, peace, Amen. Here, now if you would like, just begin to write anything. You can use the back of the page there if you have a journal with you. And just write anything that comes. Allow just to be stream of consciousness, or you can draw, you can make an offering, anything that you'd like to do to honor this experience. Just feel free to write there. You can have a conversation with God, with your higher self. You can write poetry, a short story, whatever you like.